Check, check.
That's true. That is true. I just want to do it. Are we ready, folks?
Hello, everybody joining at home to the first week of the semester split. We are picking up at a respectable 3-3 with the Overwatch 2 team. Starting, we have Nolan Sohaki, Peyton Dillon, Creighton Ross, Dylan Hubble, and Zara Garrity. Just to connect some names to students, Flame Beast is Dylan Hubble, Aqua Viper is Zara Garrity, FaZe Nolan is Nolan Sahaki, Icarus is Creighton Ross, and Banana Source is Peyton Dillon. As we roll out for this first fight, getting ready, we look like we're getting ready for a good brawl to go. Team bunches up well. Sim turret picking on some small damage back on the enemy tank. That Ramatra back there. Dylan Hubble chasing down a soldier and then peeling back to his team, and then immediately taking on the opposing Ramatra. Going in and dealing some big damage. Soldier picking off two of ours. Both Dylan and Nolan get picked off by a flanking soldier. Creighton Ross bailing out, waiting for his team to regroup. Bad first fight from us, but a first fight nonetheless. Ramatra jumping back into the fight with supports and a full team behind him. Lucio getting a good boost. Creighton getting some good heals and a pick attempt back on that soldier. They are able to cap point. Got a little nervous there. I didn't think they were going to do that. And we go for a full sweep, pushing them off point and taking it right back. Ooh, huge ult from Dylan Hubble, taking in four of the opposition down. 5. That is a full team kill, a TK as we call it here. Pretty dominating off of our offense here. We play really well against a brawl, into a brawl. Creighton Ross putting shots off on a soldier, getting damage, healing back, and then poking a soldier to death. Impressive. Very impressive. Oh, hold on. Good heals on Ramatra by Creighton Ross to bail him out of a crit. Creighton gets the Lucio down. Unfortunately, we lose Zara Garrity, but we are able to pick up another team kill as I desperately try to make this Facebook post. Two, 4, 3. Taking the point. Good first round of this spring split. Had a student question there. Had to answer. Apologies for the mute. Let's jump over and see what Nolan Sahaki's doing over at Lucio, one of my personal least favorite heroes in this game. Love playing him, don't love playing with him. Getting shots down range, keeping Dylan Hubble at Ramatra healed and speedy. Reaper going for a flank, Ramatra going for a big push. Nolan switching over to speed, trying to move everybody around. We're down a Peyton Dillon as Bastion. Move over back to Creighton Ross and see how he's faring with the heals. And he's faring very well with the heals. Everyone gets a big move there, and he moves to a 5-player kill streak. Move over to Zara Garrity at Symmetra, a new hero she's rolling out. She recently picked her up and has been doing very well with her in those warm-up matches before the match started. Putting shots at the doorway, waiting for them to come in. Getting some turrets in place. Symmetra's a cool character because she lets you build turrets and deploy them in places where you would want to hold people off. Moves down with Lucio to give him support with the Reaper on him. They 3-stack the Reaper. Throwing a turret on the wall. We're going to jump over to Dylan Hubble at tank. Holding an ult, ready for a big play with that. Pretty commandingly holding that space. Dylan is probably the best tank we've had all year to roll out. Getting bailed out narrowly at a critical with that. blocking that damage, eating up some good space still. Reaper in the back line gets absolutely shredded. Genji burns blade, and Moira fades back behind Dylan Hubble as they chase her down. And they continue to do so. Ramatra on Ramatra here. Uh-oh, he burned an ult though. Ooh, cannot get to the heal pack though. We move back over to Symmetra to see what she's got going on. Zara has her ult ready to throw up that impenetrable wall to help the teammates out. Everybody else is down. Team regroups. The team slowly regroups. Peyton moves over to Torbjorn. Symmetra ults, putting shots on Ramatra, wasting a Moira ult, getting no heals out of it. An absolutely impressively both timed and executed ult from Zara Garrity, listening to her teammates. She flicks around, looking for the next target. Kraden and Zara cap point. Zara's got turrets in there to hold everything down, and we flick back over to Dylan Hubble. Actually, let's jump over to Peyton Dillon. We haven't watched him yet. Peyton Dillon, a new joiner with us, played the first half of the fall season in Valorant until Valorant imploded upon itself and was not a successfully operating team. Those players have either disbanded or moved to other teams. Excellent play from Peyton Dillon there to knock out a Reaper ult and then immediately get the pick on Moira. And we take the first round of the spring split. Some light clapping from the team. Zara, very good ult. It was impressive.
Set the tone, boys. Set the fucking tone.
Yeah, sorry. One sec, I gotta go switch it down. Returning back, had to raise a desk. Finally using our sit to stand desks that we've had this entire time. What? I've never been able to because they've always been next to each other, so you can't reach back to raise them. Back again. Had a technical difficulty, but we are ready to go. Picking up with a very fun Diva, Symmetra, Kiriko, Wu Yang, and Venture lineup from JCHS. sure am. I have been muted this entire time. How tragic. Hazard going up and taking space, making a big push, trying to get those supports as they heal this Orisa, cutting that space off, and they immediately start punishing Moira out of position and stuck in a corner. She burns an ult and absolutely wastes it. Hazard ults, grabbing a support and a DPS, getting both of those picks. Juno burns an ult. Oh my goodness. This is a masterclass in panicked gameplay from Tippecanoe. They are overwhelmed and unsure how to stop this oppressive offense from Jennings County. They need a full regroup here and don't have much they can do as Dylan Hubble blocks off the doorway and then immediately punishes the spore soldier that walks in. Bastion and Ramatra building a very unique positioning. A two-headed monster, if you will. Dylan Hubble blocks off the Bastion. We're going to jump over to Creighton Ross for this round and see what he's got going on. Putting good shots downrange, getting good heals off on his backline. He goes in. No one seems to notice this Bastion sneaking back into position. Should have very much punished him for not being with his teammates. Creighton Ross peeling back to his team, getting some good heals. Creighton, Nolan, and Symmetra and Zara Garrity holding ults for this fight. Dylan Hubble almost has his once again. Creighton Ross on a 10-player kill streak once again, absolutely shredding this Tippecanoe frontline as Wu Yang. A fight going on off point as the rest of the team pushes the squishies, as we call them, back, punishing them once again. This Tippecanoe team cannot stop what we have going on. A Bastion ult from Tippecanoe has minimal effect, taking out what looks like only Peyton Dillon as Venture. And a good ult will all but seal the fate of this first point of the second round. Moving from offense to defense. Let's look at that scoreboard. We have a good spread of everything, really. Good healing out of Nolan and Creighton both. Creighton leading the healing. Offense pretty evenly split from everybody except Dylan and Creighton, who are leading the offense. And getting those picks, taking out those Tippecanoe Overwatch players. Not sure what their mascot is. Pinging over to Jennings Scouting, finding the buttons, picking up, remaining with a Hazard, Symmetra, Kiriko, Wu Yang, and Torbjorn offense. Lots of good brawl. They look to slug it out down low with this team. Some downtime in this last 10 seconds of the match. Overwatch is looking to recover from a rough first season where they went 3-3, remained 500 fortunately, but not where we wanted to be. Looking to move to 4-3 this season. This would be a huge boost to morale, keeping us competitive within the Indiana Esports Network, which they are competing for a state title, hopefully. Once playoffs roll around, we move to a best of 5, but I don't remember what the playoff matches look like. Those will begin in April, for those wondering, I think. Maybe March. It might be March, actually. Around spring break, either before or after. Hazard getting good shots on Ramatra, who was immediately punished trying to back up into nothing. And their team has no ability to push As Hazard jumps back, punishing a Moira that's trying to pick on the backline and is unable to do so. We seem to be baiting this Tippecanoe team into this choke under that bridge. That's a rough choke to push out of if you get held too long. Hazard punished for being out of position and not being able to jump out. Pull up my stream stats really quickly. I apologize for taking away. It's not what I want. Wrong button. Still not what I want. I can't find the correct thing. Good Lord, I am falling apart. I will find it later. Juno getting punished downrange from a long shot from Hazard as they take on the Ramatra, and it seems they've held the team back long enough. Soldier getting some shots downrange, trying to do something, if anything. Just under 2 minutes left in this second round. Tippecanoe needs a full push to take it to overtime. Any less will result in a loss. I think JCHS would love to see a strong shutout here to maintain their dominance over Tippecanoe. Jumping up to put shots on this Bastion. We're going to jump over to Peyton Dillon at Torbjorn once again, as he sets up some backline support for his teammates, and then ults to prevent the enemy team from pushing the cart at all, as we have a massive ult dump here. Ram down, we're wasting the remainder of his ult. Juno trying to do something, but can't get anything to work. A successful ult from Peyton Dillon as Torbjorn putting turret down on top of a trash can that immediately breaks. Tries it again. Will he turn around and check it? Probably not. Did it break again? Non-zero chance. Torbjorn doing absolutely nothing in the backline for some reason. Flip over to Creighton Ross, who is doing something, putting some big damage down and good heals down for his teammates. Punishing this Tippecanoe team as Moira ults trying to pop off. Unable to outweigh the healing that Creighton Ross and Nolan Sahaki are putting down. With the soldier ult giving him basically aimbot, he is unable to miss his shots except when he dies. Those are missed shots and wasted opportunities. 10 seconds left in this match as the dominance seems to be oppressive and unstoppable. They cannot get any movement on this JC team. They can't even get to point to touch it to try to do anything, and that will conclude the second round. Big clap celebrations from the team. Let that play of the game pop off. That big ult to steal a bunch of kills. Torbjorn jumps in with a 1, a 2, and a 3-piece with the worst shots I've ever seen, but he gets it done. It's best of 5, isn't it? Let me check. That doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. It is? Yeah. Yep, you're good. Gonna take a quick break here. We will resume the Jumping back into our match. Looking at a Sigma from Dylan Hubble, Symmetra from Zara Garrity. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. What's Nolan's guy's name? I forgot it. Zenyatta. Oh my gosh. Zenyatta from Nolan. Wu Yang from Creighton Ross. And once again, Torbjorn from Peyton. Sid getting immediate shots off. Bastion down. Rock on Cass. And a huge thugged out brawl in the middle. Goodness gracious. Huge damage off on Tippecanoe. Rock almost clipping Cass, but not quite getting there. Throwing orbs down at Moira, picking the Moira. Knocking a healer out. Knocking a Torb turret out. Missing Rock on a point blank JQ, but getting the pick and taking the cap. Getting up, taking space, preventing Tippecanoe from trying to get on point. Cutting a venture off, preventing them from getting onto point. getting rocks off on to the Torb turret, picking up ult. Enemy team switching off to Zarya, a very difficult tank to stop. But I will take smart play here every day of the week, twice on Sundays, as Dylan Hubble immediately burns a cooldown for some reason and then caps point. Mercy getting some weird heals off on whoever that was, and then flying away. And it looks like the first point will go to Jennings County. 2 more points remaining, and we walk out of here 4-3 with the total sweep of Tippecanoe. Blocking off, taking space, preventing Zarya from doing much of anything. Lucio gets picked by Symmetra. Zarya Garrity having a game so far, getting the pick off on Zarya. Moving over to try to get the Symmetra or Venture. Rotating back to point, and for some reason none of Tippecanoe's players are on the point. Sigma goes after Moira, pushes her off the point, and then ults grabbing what looks like 2 of them, both supports maybe? Moira gets popped, loses all of her overhealth. Dylan Hubble eats up a bunch of rounds, getting a little bit of overhealth, and picks basically everybody else. They took a very well-defended ult and still capitalized on it, burning a Lucio ult in the process. It's difficult to do. Moira gets pushed from the back by Sigma, who pushes. Oof, huge flank from Sigma here, getting a pick on tank and on the Ashe if he can execute. Oh, he misses the rock, and they are skedaddling out of here. Venture poorly ults a tank and then gets picked, not getting the kill. Blocks Ashe Bomb and then waits for team to regroup. I'd switch to another player, but I'm fascinated by this gameplay. Dylan Hubble's having himself a game as well. Absolutely dominating right now with 16 kills and no deaths. Creighton Ross taking a close second with 13. As we slug it out here in the middle, he gets what looks like just one on that, but finishes the Lucio and takes it. Bob pushed down the middle with a horrible Ashe ult. That Bob is functionally useless back there because no one is there with them. Huge take by Tippecanoe here. Bad play by Dylan Hubble. Over pushing and then losing point because of that death. Creighton just trying to get something out of there. Maximizing his nothing. Getting some more shots, trying to lead Tippecanoe into a bad play. Sorry, Garrity throws an ult down, cutting off the back half of the point. A pretty well executed ult, all things considered, again, from her. Ramatra gets pinned into a corner and taken down. Creighton Ross goes in for the melee kill. Dylan Hubble getting most of the credit for that and walking out with a 21-1 push to steal this second point. Moving on to our third and final point, match point, if you will. Creighton Ross rotates, knocking out some destructibles on the way, hitting a Bastion from behind, pushing them away, and immediately shredding them with Dylan Hubble. An absolutely wild play from Tippecanoe here. Unsure of what they're doing, just dumping support ults. This is a game of all time. Flashpoint unlocks here shortly. And James County is just locking them in place. They are unable to progress at all. Wu Yang getting heals, completely ignored by the enemy team, rotates over to point to cap it. and then moves off of point, moves back onto point to make sure he gets the cap. Runs the ones with the Ramatra and almost pulls it off. Move over to Nolan at Baptiste to see what he's going to do here. Getting some good shots off on Moira, who fades away and then ignores him. Continues to get good shots. He and Sig pairing together to get some big play here. Throwing an Immortality Field down. That gets shredded, but bails his teammate out. We'll move over to Creighton Ross once again playing as Mercy. Narrowly falling off the map there, but getting some good heals off on his tank. Keeping his tank topside is huge here. Ramatra burned an ult. A huge push from Tippecanoe to steal this point. But we're looking at a Baptiste ult, almost a Symmetra ult, and almost another Sigma ult from Dylan Hubble in the barrel. Tippecanoe doesn't have any ults yet, but is looking at a Lucio and Moira ult and a Bastion ult very, very soon. Bastion ult is ready for Tippecanoe. We'll see how they decide to use these ults this time. Bap throws his ult down, getting some big damage down range. Bastion ults, dropping bombs on everybody and getting only Nolan. Sigma getting some shots down range. Mercy getting some good heals off, damage boosting their teammates. Simmel cuts the point in half once again from Zara Garrity. We see some Battle Mercy out of Creighton Ross. And it looks like this is leading to the last fight of the game. We've got some good oppression here once again from Jennings County as they hold Tippecanoe off point. They finish the game and they move to 4-3. An impressive win from them. See a Baptiste play of the game from Nolan Sahaki. We see actually solid 2 and an assist. And that will conclude this week's Overwatch 2 match. We will see you maybe tomorrow for Fortnite if I can figure out how to stream Fortnite. Thank you, everybody that will watch this or has watched it already. Have a good night.